Hello, our dear listeners to this our TV Alpha TVN in Rwanda. My name is Alpha Nibijira. Now we are going to enter in the international scene. How you are? Where are you stay with the Alpha TV in Rwanda? We are going to be with the many companies like MU Insurance and the another companies like Korawigiro Training Center and again Stay Kigali. Rwanda and Mali forge stronger ties with the 19 new agreements. A joint permanent commissioner GPC meeting covenant between Rwanda and Mali in Kigali on Monday, May 27th focused on discussing avenue for trade and cooperation. Chaired by Rwanda's Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Vincent Biruta, and his Malian counterpart, Abdoulaye Diop. The meeting aimed to boost bilateral ties. 19 agreements in various sectors, including defense, security, justice, health, mineral resources, oil and gas, agriculture, fisheries, environment, and climate change were inked. Additionally, agreements were reached on matters such as citizenship, culture, tourism, higher education, transport, national reconciliation, and the free movement of people and goods. The meeting marked a development following the agreement made during a sideline meeting of the UN General Assembly in September 2023 in New York regarding the establishment of the Grand Mixed Commission of Cooperation. Since the opening of Mali's embassy in Rwanda in 2017, this marked the first substantial commission or agreement between the two nations. According to Biruta, Rwanda and Mali share many common goals in terms of economic progress, increased the cooperation and the continental solidarity. And again, both countries are united by shared vision of inclusive, sustainable, and collaborative development based on mutual respect and trade. In his statement, Diop emphasized the importance of establishing solidarity among both countries. Let us continue to be in Rwanda. Government moves to replace taxi motorist helmets, improve safety. The government is set to introduce measures aimed at ensuring that motorists replace the current helmets with the higher quality safe ones and the other learning. A source in the infrastructure ministry disclosed that the initiative will be a long-term endeavor commencing with the campaign to educate motorists about the necessary standards for helmets. As a part of initiative, Rwanda Standard Board RSB will acquire a technology for assessing the quality of helmets used in the country. According to the United Nations Safety Fund, globally road crashes cause over 1 million preventable deaths and 50 million injuries each year. Unsafe roads have significant economic, social, and health costs in low and middle income countries. The fund is active in Rwanda, playing a key role in ensuring that helmets use of good quality. Among the ways it is doing this is through putting in place efforts to build a foundation for a scalable helmet manufacturing industry that will produce a consistent supply of safe, affordable helmets to be exported across the continent. The World Health Organization (WHO) reports that Africa has the highest rate of road death at 26 and above deaths per 100,000 population, and Rwanda has one of the highest rates at 29 and above road deaths per 100,000 population. In Sudan, in South Sudan, and in another place, over 130 people dies in Sudan hospital attack. More than 130 people have reportedly died at a single hospital in Sudan's besieged city of El Fasher in Darfur region, according to medical charity Medicines Sans Frontiers. Fighting between rival groups in Sudan's civil war in the battle for control of the city has recently intensified. The situation was a terrible one, resident told the BBC, with the hospitals and the markets experiencing a violent artillery shelling. El Fasher is the last major urban center in Darfur that remains in the hands of Sudanese army. The army has been fighting the paramilitary rapid support forces RSF for more than a year in a civil war that has killed thousands and forced millions from their homes. The army remains in control of El Fasher. The city has become a refuge for people displaced by fighting in other areas. On 10th May, the RSF intensified their assault on the city in what UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres called an alarming new chapter in Sudan's conflict. MSF said one of its hospitals was struggling to cope with the increased casualties. South Hospital had treated 979 casualties in just over 2 weeks. The charity said on Sunday 134 had died, a sign of the violent intensity of the fighting, it added. The medical director of El Fasher's government-run Saudi hospital told the BBC the situation was terrible. The Saudi and the South hospital are the last functioning in the region. The Saudi hospital was previously shattered by the violence, but it partially reopened to treat emergency cases. El Fasher residents say that access to food and water has become increasingly difficult. The RSF has been attacking the city from 3 sides and blocked all supply routes. Despite the hardships, many residents in the city are not leaving their homes because of the fighting, even for emergency medical care. Journalist Mohamed Zakaria said he had no plans to flee, and the special advisor Alice Ayilimu Delitu added that the full region as a world was facing a growing risk of genocide as the world's attention remained focused on conflicts in Ukraine and Gaza. In Uganda, Subga value people and appreciate effort. Agnes Nantume Subga has turned St. Joseph's Nagalama into a first-class modern school with the state-of-the-art infrastructure that she has embarked on and accomplished over the years. While doing her school practices at Uganda Matrix Secondary School Namugongo in 1994, her boss, the then head teacher, Dr. G.C. Muyingo, invited Mrs. Agnes Nantume Subuga and a friend, both interns, to his office. Before the duo, the legendary educationist prophesied that Nsubuga was destined to be a career teacher, while her friend had the slim chances of staying in the education sector for long. Indeed, 3 years later, Nsubuga's friend opted out of teaching and left for the UK to pursue other interests. After her graduation in January 1995 with a bachelor's degree in education, Nsubuga was retained at Uganda Matrix Secondary School Namugongo as a teacher. Prior to getting her appointment letter, Dr. Muyingo gave her the reasons why she had made the cut. And indeed, immediately after her appointment as a classroom teacher, her journey of progressive elevation from one rank to another began steadily that within her first 2 years of service, and she had been appointed a deputy head teacher. In another place like
Bikora wigire training center ishuri ry'ahangaha kwigisha abantu gukora amasabune n'amavuta, kwigisha gukora shampoo, kwigisha abantu gukora glycerine, kwigisha abantu gukora amaji, kuvanga amarange, kwigisha business, dukorera abantu imishinga, dukora ibintu byiza, tugaragara ku mbuga kuri YouTube channel tugaragaza ibyo dukora, ibintu byacu birafatika, dukora amamashini ajyanye n'amasabune, ibintu byacu ni fresh. Ni mutugane tubafashe, ni Kimisagara nationali ruguru gatoya ya ADP. Hari icyapa uzakibona kimanitse utaragera kuri 40. Kora wigire training center. Karibu tubana. Kuko dusanzwe tubana ku mbuga zitandukanye kuri YouTube channel, Kora wigire Diogene Soft Making. Ikigo cyitwa Kora wigire Training Center Kimisagara national hafi ya ADP muri metero 150 uvuye kuri ADP. Utega kamoto uvuye Nyabugogo kabukazamuka n'amaguru ku Munda Mahoro, wateza kamoto muri 400 akahakugeza ubundi ukaza tukiga, ducumbikira abantu bo hirya no hino baje kwiga bavuye mu ntara zitandukanye. Turi gufasha benshi kandi pe hari benshi bari kwiteza imbere kubera uyu mwuga w'amasabune. Na amasabune, na amavuta, na amashampo, ni zaji, no kuvanga amarange, no kwigira abantu imishinga ibyara inyungu n'ibindi bitandukanye. Muze mutugane muri Kora wigire ibintu birashoboka, ubuzima burahinduka, muze kandi muzanyurwa. Kora wigire Training Center Kimisagara national.
In Kenya, why Haitians do not want a UN mission in their country? And is also imagining that Haitians see the gangs that are operating in their country as heroes, and again recent seizure of illegal weapons in Haiti exposed how easy it is for gun runners to operate. Haitians are very vocal about their objection to the peacekeeping mission authorized by the United Nations Security Council that is set to begin later this month. Hounded by political turmoil, instability, wars, and gang infestations, the UN has often sent in troops to calm the restive nation. But diseases blow out in by the visiting troops, cases of human rights violations, and feelings that their sovereignty is being trampled on have made Haitians wary of such missions. In 2010, Haiti was hit by a cholera outbreak during a similar UN peace mission, leading to the deaths of 30,000 people. A total of 820,000 cases were recorded. Haiti was in February 2022 declared cholera-free, and to date is seeking justice for the epidemic. A study conducted by French epidemiologist Eleanor Pierreux established that UN troops from Nepal, rather than environmental factors, had caused the epidemic, as waste from houses at their base flowed into and contaminated the river Altibonite. Also, at the time, many women and men claimed they were sexually abused by the UN peacekeeping officers. With the latest planned UN mission, a civil rights group in Haiti have accused the US of using Kenya to meddle in the Caribbean countries' internal affairs. In another place, Tanzania, SGR compression concerns lies amid broken promises. The journey and the flout with the unmet promises and the financial constraints has left segments of the layaway unfinished, and the workers in the limbo. In Dar es Salaam City, as Tanzania's ambitious standard gauge layaway project inches toward the completion, and the cloud of uncertainty looms over its progress. The journey fraught with the unmet promises and the financial constraints has left segments of the layaway unfinished, and the workers in limbo. From the bustling street of Dar es Salaam to the serene landscape of Morogoro, the SGR's promise of modern transportation infrastructure has faltered. Initial projection of completion within certain months have given way to delays, with the first segment requiring an additional 18 months. As deadlines slip and milestones remain unmet, questions arise about the government's ability to deliver on its commitments. Amidst these challenges, the plight of the workers and the scholars, the project's broader struggles, the dismissals from project sites, and attributed to a lack of funds for payments, have left hundreds without livelihoods. The cause of broken promises reverberates through the camps where uncertainty prevails. Doubts about the completion of the Isaka Mwanza segment were also expressed by the permanent parliamentary committee on infrastructure. In its report to Parliament in Dodoma on April 6, 2024, the committee's chairman, Mr. Selemani Kakoso, questioned whether the segment would be completed on time. The basis for his doubt is the nearing end date of the project, which is May 14th of this year. While the completion progress stands at 54 and above percent. Apart from this doubt, the committee's report on the same day when Parliament discussed and passed the estimates of revenue and the expenditure of the Ministry of Transport for the fiscal year 2024 and 2025. Stated that the government had paid the contractor shillings 1 trillion and above, equivalent 40% and above of the project's cost. Our dear listeners, let me tell you, thank you for being with us for this our international scene. We have been with the Kolawigi Training Center from Kimisagara National near to Adeperi Church, and we have been together with the Stay Kigali is a guest house from Kinamba in Nyarujenje district, and we have been again with the MUA Insurance. My name is Alpha Nibijira. Be with us in another time for another news. Thank you.
Muraho, nitwa Nigena Josiane, nkaba nkorera company yitwa MUA Insurance, ishami rya Nyabugogo. Product dutanga harimo Moto Insurance, harimo Fire Insurance, General Accident Insurance, Engineering Insurance, Bama Bonds, Marine Insurance, Money Insurance, Travel Insurance, Aviation Insurance, n'izindi. Twabashishikarizaga rero kutugana, dutanga serivisi nziza. Tukaba twari mu kimbere ya Beka mu etaje y'uwitwa Jacobo, etaje ifatanye na station SP. Ikaze rero, ni karibu. MUA Insurance ni ya kera, imaze igihe iri gukora cyane kuko yahinduye izina. Mbere yitwaga Phoenix Insurance, ubu ngubu yitwa MUA Insurance. Ikaze bakiriya beza, murakoze.